Hey guys, welcome back to DIY guitar making. Today it's Friday and I'm doing my shop rounds here. Shop rounds is simply where I take you through the shop and I talk about the various things that I have had going on this week in the shop. And hopefully you guys gain a little nugget or two of knowledge along the way. Okay, so really, this week was pretty simple. There were two things that really dominated my time. Actually, not only this week, but several weeks prior as well. And those two things are prepping parts, such as you see these beautiful back sets here in the joining boards. And there's a bunch of other sets right over here. And a bunch of other wood I'm working on back there. Prepping all of that for the fall guitar building workshops. Those workshops, by the way, are totally booked right now, but I do have available spots in spring of 2023. Okay? And the other massive thing that has been taking up my time has been the remodel, I guess I'm calling it, the remodel of the shop that I've done here. Really, what I've done is I knocked down this wall, I put up another wall right over here, and what that's done for me is it's sectioned off the back part of the building, which is where my showroom is going to be for the guitars, and it's also where my finish room is going to be. Now, I'm not going to show you that right now because that back area it's just a complete wreck right now. I haven't gotten to it yet. But the front area, the actual shop where the guitars are built, is really in the final stages. I mean, there's a couple other things I want to put together here, maybe a couple other shelves and benches against the wall and things like that. But this is pretty much how the layout is going to be. Big change is this area back here. I finally brought the bending carousel. I call this the bending carousel because I have 4 different benders here, so you just kind of go around the circle. I can bend the sides for 2 guitars very efficiently with this setup. So I brought that from way in the back room. Now it's right up front here in the nice bright center portion of the shop. This right here is a station that is essentially dedicated to the mortise and tenon joint. I even have my router kind of boxed in right here, set up and ready to go, so all I have to do is grab it. Some other things. This area back here will be more or less dedicated for brace work. Not for brace carving, but for installing braces onto the soundboards and onto the back plates. I have my mobile go bar decks. See, these are on casters, so I can push them around. I've always had those, but now they are, now I have a nice, back corner of the shop where they can rest and where I have plenty of room to work on the activity of simply installing braces, which is a big part of guitar building. So it's good to have its own sort of dedicated corner. Let's see, what else? Those drill presses were always there. So have these shelves always been here. This is simply where I prep and plan out the various builds so I can keep the parts for a specific build together, right? Otherwise it gets very disorganized, at least for me, if I don't have sort of like these little bunks. They're almost like little bunk beds for each guitar set that I'm working on. Okay, traveling back here. This is, I have 2 different router setups here, one for doing the binding ledge and one for cutting my purfling channel. So that's pretty cool. This room, I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm doing with it, but I have a couple things set up. And this might be all I do with it because I don't want to crowd this room too much since it is a throughway. But it's good to have an overflow spot for back and side sets and fretboards and neck blanks and stuff like that. So just kind of a good storage area. Now if we go through here, and this is actually an old commercial kitchen. It used to be a commercial kitchen. This building used to be a bar/restaurant, and before that it was a hotel. Very old building, 177 years old. And so this area this is actually one of the prime reasons why I wanted to do this big remodel here, because I needed to get all of the dustiest equipment, the worst offenders, back into one room. So, well, really two rooms. This room and this smaller room back here is where all of my very heavy millwork and sanding is going to happen. In fact, specifically back here is where I'm going to have the absolute worst offenders, like any of my thicknessing equipment. So the drum sander. Thicknessing is a process that produces the most dust. So if I can keep that off and away from everything else, everything will just be a little bit cleaner. Also, having good dust collection is a must as well. So, but sectioning it off helps. So this room is definitely a work in progress, but it's getting better. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I usually do a tool of the week during shop rounds, but actually it's kind of late in the day and I am late getting out of here and getting home to see my two children. So don't want to get in trouble with the missus. So I'm going to sign off right here. I'll do a tool of the week next week. How about that? All right. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. If you learned something here, please give this video a like and subscribe so you can be notified when I release a new DIY guitar making video. And if you want to really learn more, take one of my structured online courses at ericschaferguitars.com or register for a hands-on guitar building workshop here with me in Burnville, Pennsylvania.